Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about a life in a day, and Sun Bleached. First, I'm going to talk about a life in a day. Enjoy. SpongeBob and Patrick are getting a tan on Goo Lagoon. Suddenly, Larry the lobster comes in riding on a motorcycle, kicking up sand in SpongeBob's and Patrick's faces. Everyone cheers for Larry and soon, they talk to him. Larry says he is a professional daredevil who loves to live life to the fullest. Then Larry points out that SpongeBob and Patrick are cowards and need to be more like him, in other words, live like Larry. Larry drives away leaving Patrick in deep thought. The next day, SpongeBob and Patrick are blowing bubbles, when Patrick says that their lives are boring, and that they need to live like Larry. Patrick then jumps on a seahorse, which eventually bucks him off and severely injures Patrick. Meanwhile, SpongeBob is on a kiddie ride at the grocery store. Later that day, Patrick kicks down SpongeBob's door, and drags him to the junkyard. Patrick then jumps in a boat going on the conveyor belt. The boat is then crushed by the junkyard crusher, while SpongeBob watches as it slowly and painfully crushes Patrick. Even later that day, Patrick breaks down the door again and pulls SpongeBob to the outskirts of Bikini Bottom to a deep canyon, and next to the canyon is a long board leading to the bottom, which Patrick says he will skate down. He tells SpongeBob to join him, but SpongeBob tells him that, living like Larry, doesn't mean to do dangerous stunts that will eventually cost him his life. Patrick shrugs and tells SpongeBob that he feels sorry for him. Patrick then skates down, and flies right into the mouths of several hungry monsters. Patrick's fate is unknown, but it's implied he was attacked. The next day, SpongeBob is working at the Krusty Krab, when Patrick, who apparently survived the monster attack, is running towards the restaurant, trying to get away from 5 mad bikers. He tells SpongeBob that he was right, and that he would never try such dangerous stunts again. When SpongeBob goes outside to talk to the bikers, he knocks down their bikes. SpongeBob and Patrick run down the street, and SpongeBob gets a rush of adrenaline. SpongeBob shouts that he is living like Larry and is now obsessed with daredevil stunts. The bikers drive in circles but then hit SpongeBob with their bikes, sending SpongeBob flying into the air. Later that day, SpongeBob and Patrick are on the beach again, but this time on a giant arrow from the giant crossbow aimed towards hundreds of sharp rocks, Ripper's Reef. Patrick worries that they will get hurt, but SpongeBob prepares to cut the rope anyway. Meanwhile, Larry notices what they are doing and races to stop them. But Larry is too late. SpongeBob cuts the rope, and they fly towards Ripper's Reef. Larry hooks a rope on the arrow and is pulled up too. Larry climbs up to SpongeBob and Patrick and tells them that his advice was never meant to be taken literally, it was meant to live life to the fullest, not to maim themselves. SpongeBob shouts with glee, while Patrick and Larry scream. They slam into Ripper's Reef at full force, and all are impaled by the rocks. Later at the Bikini Bottom Hospital, Patrick and Larry are in full body casts, while SpongeBob is put in a wheelchair. Still wanting to live extremely, SpongeBob says that it is time for his next stunt, going down a ramp, and asks what Larry would do. Enraged that his dangerous stunt nearly killed them all, Larry chases the scared SpongeBob out of the hospital. Next, I'm going to talk about Sun Bleached. Enjoy. SpongeBob and Patrick are playing at the beach, where all the other beach goers are tanning. Craig Mamelton, the tannest man on TV, then shows up and announces to a crowd that he is having the hottest party of the summer. Everyone is invited except for SpongeBob and Patrick, who are not tanned. Craig says that they cannot come if they do not get to the tan minimum and insults them for having smooth skin. Patrick converts his house into a tanning machine, able to give them the minimum tan in just 15 seconds. Patrick goes first and gets a perfect tan. But during SpongeBob's turn, Patrick forgets to watch over SpongeBob and leaves him in for 2 hours while he goes off with a group of girls. After Patrick finally lets him out, SpongeBob has ended up with a white, sun-bleached, tan that dehydrates his skin. SpongeBob suggests asking Squidward for help, who ridicules him. SpongeBob feels sad because he will not be able to go to the party, but Patrick offers to help him however he can. Patrick first gives him a makeover by covering him in mud, placing kelp jerky over his teeth, and putting hair on SpongeBob's head that was ripped from his armpits. While walking through town, a woman mistakes SpongeBob for a monster and attacks him to protect her baby. While having an ice cream break, Patrick gets an idea while eating his caramel sundae. He covers SpongeBob with the caramel, giving him a tan. They are led into the party, where portable tanning lamps shine on the dancing partygoers, causing SpongeBob's caramel to harden. SpongeBob notices and tries to leave, but the oblivious Patrick makes the situation worse and directs everyone's attention to him. The caramel shell cracks, revealing his bleached skin. The partygoers start to complain and make fun of him until Craig reveals on the tan scale, Sun Bleached is the ultimate tan. SpongeBob is called a hero, thus making the partygoers praise him. The tanning lamps are cranked to the maximum, Sun Bleach level, and everyone is dried up to dust. SpongeBob asks Patrick if too much sun is bad for them, to which he replies, "Whatever. I just go with the flow." Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.